Hey, this is Ms. Jerry, owner and founder of Life on the Road Recruiting, where we connect drivers with companies that need drivers and companies with drivers that are looking for work. So I want to talk to you guys today and share a little bit of information on how Life on the Road Recruiting finds the best qualified drivers out there. So we utilize quite a few methods throughout the course of the recruiting process to secure and get our drivers in, get them qualified, get them processed. But I want to talk to you specifically today on how we find our drivers. What are some of the methods that we use, the top methods that we use to find our drivers? So this video is going to be good for you whether you are a new recruiter just getting started or whether you've been in the industry for many years and you're looking for some kind of ways to freshen up your recruiting process. Every single day. So I'll start with a method that we've been using over the last few years. It's worked really well for us in the past. That method is email blasting. Now we've kind of used it, we've kind of transitioned to a different method that I'll get into a little bit later in the video. But when we first started, one of the main ways that we were contacting our drivers and communicating with our drivers was through email. And we have a database of over 20,000 drivers in our database, and it continuously grows daily. Okay, and so emails is a great method to communicate with a driver. One thing that you have to consider and remember is that just like my personal email and your personal email is just full of emails that you do not read. I've got an email inbox that's got about 13,000 emails in it. I need to clean it up. Yes, I know I do, but I don't have the time. So when you're doing emails, that's one thing to consider is that, your drivers have tons and tons of emails. They're not opening them all. They're not reading them all. But I mean, it's still sometimes a really good, effective way to reach your drivers. You got to have a catchy subject line. Find a subject line that they're going to open and you might just get a driver. Number 5 is having a relationship with CDL Schools, having a relationship with student teachers, with their trainers, some schools that may be in your area. Pick up the phone, make some phone calls and talk to some of the instructors at some of these institutes and truck driving institutes and schools and things like that. That's a great way to find drivers, qualified driver, or get recent graduates that are coming out. It's also a great way to have build that relationship so that you've always got drivers coming in. Now, if you don't have a lot of recent graduate jobs, it's still a good opportunity because that recent graduate is going to be placed with a company at some point. They're going to have that 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, whatever it is that your minimum experience requirement is for your company, and then that's your opportunity. So you want to continuously build that relationship, build it with the instructors, and also get the student contact information so that you can communicate with the students throughout their career. Because remember, as a recruiter, we don't want to just be their recruiter once, okay? A lot of our drivers, they call us back many times for new jobs or, just for advice, feedback, things like that. So you as a recruiter should have a lot of knowledge in the industry and should be able to build relationships with them. Number 4 is another method that we utilize, quite regularly, but we've seen some changes. We've seen some changes where they're not as forthcoming, or we're not getting the good quality of drivers that we're really looking for, and that's with job boards. Of course, you've got your, I can just rattle them all off: your Indeed, your Monster, your ZipRecruiter, The job boards for the unemployment office in your state, that's another one. If you have that relationship, definitely make sure you reach out to those contacts as well. Now, a lot of them are, making some changes to the way the algorithms works. Sometimes we're seeing duplicates here and there, and you definitely don't want to be paying for duplicates. Some of those are paid, some of those are not paid. It just depends on which job boards you're posting on. But job boards is a great way to get the drivers. One thing with job boards is if they're looking right then, okay, and right then and there. So you want to be Johnny on the spot. If you get the lead in, don't sit on it. You can't wait, 3 and 4 days and then contact the driver. Hey, I just I saw your post, got your information on my job post, and I was following up with you. Well, by then that driver has had calls from 40, 50 different recruiters, so they're not just applying for your job on that job board, they're applying for many jobs. Okay, so job boards are an effective way. However, in 2021, it's not our number one way that we utilize recruiting. We recruit and secure our truck drivers is through Craigslist. Craigslist has been out there for many years. Is it a job board? Yes, but there's so much more to Craigslist. And our organization uses Craigslist, I like to say, with a twist, okay? So we have, because we have our YouTube channel, we are able to insert videos. So we insert our videos and we talk about the job. I just think it adds a little bit more flair when the driver can click on the video, on the link to the Craigslist post, and it says watch this video. Okay, and I'm sure if you're a recruiter and you've seen some of our posts out there, you'll see some that say watch this video, let us tell you about this job. And so that's really eye-catchy. And you'll see that our Craigslist posts get a lot of views, and that's because rather than reading, they can actually listen to someone talk about it. Okay, and if it's a couple minutes we're talking about it, or if it's 10 minutes, they're driving, they can listen, and it's it's a great method. So we use Craigslist with a twist. There's a system that we utilize to incorporate our videos into the post. And so I'll do a totally separate YouTube to talk about the system that we utilize to incorporate our videos into our Craigslist post. But Craigslist is our number 3 way that we recruit truck drivers. And the number 2 way that Life on the Road Recruiting recruits truck drivers is through SMS texting. So we have a system that we utilize, and we are able to text up to 100 drivers at a time. And so we can send a text out. Now, the text gives them information about the job. It has the link in it that we, that they can apply to. And we also put on there, if you don't want to hear from us in the future, reply stop. And so that'll take them out of our system. So we utilize a text messaging system, and this system is huge when it comes to securing drivers. So we're able to text up to 100 drivers at a time, and there's no limit to the amount that we can text. So you usually pick a city, say Cleveland, Ohio. So we have our drivers in our database that are in Cleveland. They're grouped into a text message. Now, when I say group, it doesn't mean that driver can see the reply of everyone else as they respond to us. No, it's a personal group. They will not see the response of anyone else. It's not like that, that Christmas, Thanksgiving message that we get on Thanksgiving morning, and it says, Happy Thanksgiving, and it's got Aunt Lulu and Aunt Josie and everybody in it. No, it's not one of those. It is a business professional text message that we send to our drivers, and it's giving them information on a job. It's giving them the link to apply, and they usually, we're conversing with our drivers, going back and forth, and these are drivers that are in our database that we've communicated with over the years, and there's a lot of them that we talk to, and they're, hey, I'm not looking right now, or I'm looking for a local, or I'll be looking for a local in June or July. Have them, reach out to me if you've got anything. And so I'll usually send a message out. If I have a hot job that's open up, I'll shoot a message out. And especially if it's a local, I'll say, hey, this is a local run. It's gonna fill up fast. You gotta call me back in the next 10 to 15 minutes, or, the next hour. So they usually do. And I always put, hey, this is Miss Jerry, so text messaging is huge. Text messaging is huge. I will do a separate video on the text messaging software that our company utilizes. So I'll do a totally separate separate video on that. That way you guys could learn what's the best text messaging software out there, because we use it and I love it. Okay. And the number one method that we utilize to find the bestest qualified drivers out there is through, drum roll, social media and groups. Okay, so let me break down social media. So the social media platforms that we utilize are, of course, Facebook, Instagram. We also utilize YouTube. So those are the top three. In those three, Facebook groups is huge, okay? Now, you don't want to just be spamming all these Facebook groups. Periodically, put something out there. You don't even have to put a job. Just put something that, hey, I'm Miss Jerry, and I'm the founder and owner of Life on the Road Recruiting, and we're always looking for drivers. You might not be looking right now, but hey, shoot us your name, your phone number, and your email address. We'll lock you in our database, and when you're ready, we're here. Okay, so you don't want to spam every single day, and I see recruiters out there doing that. You get you get blacklisted. Nobody pays attention to your posts anymore, but you want to add value to the groups that you're in, and just let them know why you're there and what you can do for them, and if you can help, great. If not, hey, hit me up when you're ready. Okay, so that's the Facebook groups. So we've got a Facebook page, and I also have a personal Facebook page, which is my Big Ja, BIGJAHHH, 3 H's, Banks. And so my personal Facebook page, it only has truck drivers. So all I have are truck drivers on my personal Facebook page. And then on my business Facebook page, that's the page that we utilize for posts. We share information. We Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We thank our veterans. We do a lot on our business page. But there's Facebook has a job portion where you can post jobs and things like that. Now, do we utilize that? Yes. Is that as effective as some of the other things in Facebook? Not as effective. Okay. So what we use, here's a huge nugget for you to take away from this video. What we use in Facebook is the Facebook Ads Manager. Okay, so we utilize Facebook Ads Manager for our ads from our business page. Now, are we just posting a job in our on our page and then hitting boost post? Never. Okay, so never just boost a post. You want to actually go into the Facebook Ads Manager, create your ad, that way. So social media has been really, really good for us, because you want to think about it. In the evening or on a 34-hour reset that a driver's doing over the road, they're eating, they're, going to the store, getting, some, needed items that they've ran out of over the course of the week or whatever. And then the number one thing that they're doing is they're laying and resting in that cab and they're in their sleeper, and they are scrolling. They're scrolling through the timeline. Okay, so there's some times, some really key times that you should be particularly running your ads. Ads are not expensive. Do we spend a lot on ads? Absolutely not. Okay, so we may spend $10 a day or $15 a day to get in front of a couple of drivers, but it's not a lot, but it's very, very effective because your driver has changed. Over the years, the driver profile has changed with regards to where they're mostly shopping for jobs, where they're mostly looking for jobs at, and a lot of that is on Facebook. Okay, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, same thing. We do run, if you run your ad on Facebook and Ads Manager, it's also going to run over to Instagram as well, as long as your accounts are connected. All right, and the other way that we utilize social media is through YouTube. So you found us on YouTube, you found our jobs that we post on YouTube, you found our informational videos that we post on YouTube. So I love YouTube a lot as well. Do I run a lot of YouTube ads? Not a whole lot, but I have. It's very effective as well. But we get so much from Facebook that YouTube is not our number one go-to when it comes to ads. Do we always need to run an ad for a job? Absolutely not. The texting, is very effective. And the Craigslist is effective as well on occasion. So, but social media is the number one method that Life on the Road Recruiting utilizes to procure our drivers. All right. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. If you learned something from this video, definitely leave a comment, like it, and be sure to subscribe to Life on the Road Recruiting, because guess what? We got a lot of good nuggets coming for you in the future. All right, y'all have an awesome day, and we hope to hear from you soon. Bye.